Welcome back guys to another episode of Demon Slayer, but in the previous episode, we saw Tanjiro trained with some brutal love with Hashira Mitsuri, so Abanai got jealous that Tanjiro is getting too chummy with Mitsuri, so he made Tanjiro's train especially hard by putting up others on fences to teach Tanjiro how to attack precisely. Although it was hard, Tanjiro saw through that training and passed Abanai's training. Then it was time for training with Wind Hashira, but Sanemi's training was purely brawl. But their Genya was trying to get Sanemi's recognition and told him he even ate a demon to keep fighting, which pissed the guy off. Sanemi was about to damage Genya permanently, but Tanjiro jumped in between and got into a fight, so Tanjiro got banned from getting near Sanemi and moves on to the last stage of training, and it's time to train with the strongest Hashira in the fire of the underworld. Zenitsu knew he's screw and nearly passed out, and Gaomi told them to first train lower body, with standing under the cold waterfall and then lift up the logs. If they clear that, then they have to move the boulder up to 350 feet, and this time Zenitsu officially passed out hearing the intensity of training, so Gaomi tells Tanjiro to throw him in the river, so that did the trick and the little prick got up from the coldness of cold water. No joke, cold weather plus cold water is brutal, so other victims of the same case tells him to love the boulder. It's warm. Zenitsu hugs the stone in a flash and felt the love of Mama's embrace, but as for Tanjiro, he saw Inosuke was giving his all. But suddenly he went silent and Tanjiro understood bro fell unconscious, so Tanjiro brought him out but helmet first, there he goes and pressured the water out, then later Tanjiro experienced the same thing and beside him was another dude, so Tanjiro gave it his all but can't go on for too long and goes over to hug a boulder instantly. That dude was impressed with Tanjiro and bore that they adapted to it so quickly, while it took 10 days from him to get near the waterfall. So to restore the stamina Tanjiro cooked the fish and Inosuke thought Gaomi is insane with the training and realized Gaomi is the strongest Hashira no doubt, can't argue there because Gaomi has a different type of smell than other Hashira, others can't even speak up in the conversation, and their Zenitsu had enough and thinks even Gaomi won't be able to move the boulder. But Tanjiro said Gaomi moves double the size of this boulder and proof is right behind him. So Zenitsu kicks out Tanjiro again because he was dreaming to be that strong. So who told him to rub salt into the wounds, because old man is a giant and Zenitsu believes that a human shouldn't compare to a giant. Then Inosuke prepares for log training and madness continues. And now, two besties goes in the waterfall, but thunder fell off and got swept away in the river. So fire saved him from there and they again goes on with that hell. Thankfully they passed the waterfall soon, but now comes the log lifting. It was hard but somehow Tanjiro clears it up as well. But on the other side, the Upper Moon 4, Nakami was locating every demon slayer and almost 60% of them were located. But she can't find Nezuko yet Michael Jackson was happy with the results she had acquired while sitting in the Infinity Castle. So Nakami was sending her eyes and got another one of the Demon Slayer's location and followed them, so Muzan was planning to attack the stronghold of the Demon Slayer, to get Nezuko, and unaware of it, Tanjiro has moved on to the boulder pushing, but the heavy weight can't be pushed as his feet slip, it's more difficult than it looked, and there he saw some guys were dropping out to join the support team, because they can't endure the training, but Tanjiro was still counting on them because he will rely on the support to fight off the demons. That cheered them up to give it their all and he goes again with that boulder but can't move an inch, so Tanjiro made rice ball in the lunch time and they all just loved his cooking, but Maruta noticed that Hashira doesn't carry Tsuguko in training, but just a notion was enough to make them realize why, because the living proof is Zenitsu as his inner soul was crushed seeing the power gap of Hashira and him. Still Hashira are kinda cool. Anyways, they were enjoying Tanjiro's cooking so he made some new fired rice balls with miso soup to brighten up the lost souls. Seeing this time, it reminds him of his family sitting around just like this together, so remembering them, Tanjiro again continues with everything yet no progress at all, but demons won't wait for him to grow, so Tanjiro was thinking of a way to get through it and there comes Genya. After that brawl, Gaomi lectured Genya and told him to stay away from Sanemi just as Tanjiro. But Tanjiro's mark was getting darker than before, so who sees him every day won't notice but it really did got darker, so Genya decided to give a mirror later, but for now, Genya was in the same training right now. And unlike Tanjiro, he was able to move his boulder because he's using repetitive motion, and figures. Tanjiro never tried that out, so Gaomi is not good with teaching, which is why they have to watch and learn from him. He chants Nenbutsu every time, so Tanjiro tried out with the same advice that Gaomi had given to Genya, to use memories as fuel to increase their power, and the boulder moved just a little. But time has come for dinner, so Tanjiro goes to cook for everyone. There Genya helps him out and asks if he tried the motion because it seems like Tanjiro is in that state all the time because his mark stays the same, but Genya and Gaomi don't have a mark, so Genya then asked which memories get his emotions up and realized soon he asked a wrong question. Still nothing to worry about, and on the next day, Tanjiro made an early morning start and remembered his family and Rengoku for the repetitive motion to blaze up his power. It was a success this time, but he can't keep it up for long. So Zenitsu and Bor thought Tanjiro will soon get tired from the early start, but their Tanjiro remembers the same feeling, and with the new sunrise, he sets up his mind to see through it and moves the boulder to shock the other two behind him. Tanjiro was getting stronger, but is the time enough for him? Because Michael Jackson was up to something, but Ubuyashiki's actions were getting in the way. Still, our episode ends right there, but if you haven't watched previous episodes, then I have made a playlist where you could watch all the episode, link is in the description. So check out the previous episodes to understand the storyline. Till then, take care.